Toraja, or commonly known as Tana Toraja by local residents, is one of the tourism destinations that has a lot of potential as one of the main destinations in Indonesia. The name Toraja itself comes from the name of the tribe that lives there, namely the Toraja Tribe, which is one of the oldest tribes in Indonesia Sulawesi. The word Toraja itself comes from the Bugis language, riaja, which means people who live in the land above. The Dutch colonial government named this tribe Toraja in 1909. So the mountainous area they inhabited was called Tana Toraja, which means land of the upper country. Toraja is very famous for its culture which is very unique and still follows the culture of their ancestors until now. The center of Tana Toraja itself is Rantepao, a district located 328 kilometers from Makassar by land. Famous in folklore as the land of the heavenly kings, the Toraja tribe always builds traditional houses shaped like boats, always facing north to honor their ancestors, the sky kings who descended to Tana Toraja. This traditional house is known by the name Tongkonan, related to their belief that the heavenly kings descended to their land by boat and eventually used the boat as their home and started life in Tana Toraja. This traditional house is decorated with many geometric patterns and carvings that are very closely related to Toraja culture. Each pattern have a philosophical meaning in it. In these traditional houses, buffalo horns are also hung, which symbolizes the status and wealth of the owner of the house. The most interesting thing in Toraja culture is the funeral procession. As a Toraja, death is the single most important ceremony in the cycle of life. This is due to the belief of their ancestors that death will take them to the land of immortals, where the deceased person will need the necessities of daily life there just like when he was still alive in this world. Therefore the funeral procession for Toraja people is a sacred ceremony and becomes a momentum to reunite all families. This funeral procession can last up to 10 days full of parties, meals, and entertainment. In this procession, buffalo sacrifices are also carried out, which are believed to ensure eternal life after death and protect their surviving descendants. A funeral procession for Toraja people is a party that needs to be attended by all sections of society. Their ability to throw a big party for their deceased family became one of the symbols of prosperity and wealth of a Toraja family. Buffaloes and pigs will be sacrificed as a sign of the prosperity of a family and as a reward for the gifts that have been received. This funeral procession can held several days, weeks to months after the actual day of death, and the person who have died will be considered a sick person until after he is buried. Toraja culture is a complex mixture of ancestor worship and animism, where the ritual of death is one of the most lively and colorful festivals, as if leading the way of the deceased to the next place. A very unique culture, unexpected natural scenery, comfortable cold weather and friendly local residents are some of the reasons why Toraja has enormous potential to become a very attractive tourism destination. Toraja has a mystical story and cultures that make the experience of traveling there unforgettable. Because of that, Toraja is one of the world's very rare cultures.